Run to the Jordan.
Which boys, man?
Five, four, three, two, one. Enoch, you're on.
Welcome to the Blood Brothers podcast. I'm Enoch Maurice,
James Alchemy Jr.
and we like to start our podcast off with a prayer.
All right, bro, hold down.
Our Father in heaven, we thank you for this day. Thank you for this moment. Please use us. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen, amen.
And we like to start off with telling us the mission statement. Go ahead, my brother.
All right, our mission statement to empower men to take their rightful place in society under God's law. Consequently, women, children, other men, they'll learn the foundation of what a real man is supposed to be.
Okay, so now we got a special day. You know.
We don't have the rights to that song.
We don't have the rights, but we got to get the move right for mamas.
Yeah, hold it down.
So, this episode, we're going to dedicate this to the mamas, Let me cut that off before they try to. But yeah, so.
Say the artist.
Boys to Men, song for the mama. That always been a song for us growing up. We used to play that for my mom, Mother's Day. So I guess we could start with our mothers.
Okay.
Before we get into our wives, because we're always gonna get into our wives always.
Well, that's our favorite subject.
So you want to start? You want me to start?
I'll start. I'll kick it off. I had a very different relationship with my mom, and not in a bad way. Right? So we was always close growing up.
Mm-hmm.
My mom was always just very caring and loving. That's just, especially as a child, that's all I remember about her as a child. But we were especially close because when I was homeschooled, we spent endless amounts of time together. Every day on the road to the city, Jersey, wherever, we just spent so much time together. So we got very close. Not saying we were closer than my other siblings or anything like that, but we just spent a lot more time together than my siblings. So our relationship was always good. Even to this day, it's good. We had our rocky points, but because I think it's because of my childhood and we had such a solid foundation, just as far as our relationship. I think that's why as adults we are able to still, be close and get past whatever we got to get past and have that, that good quality mama love,
Yeah.
What about you?
Mama love, man. My mom was probably the first strong woman I've ever seen.
Okay.
Because she was lovely, but in a tough way.
Explain that.
I contribute all of my toughness to my mom. Like, for an example, you know how like you say, it's hard for you to be real direct with people because they don't know how to take it.
Or I'm learning how not to be.
Yeah.
Learn. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So like my mom, she's always been direct. So like it's not hard for me to hear from somebody. Like my mom, if she see you wearing certain things, you look like a bum. Why you wearing that? Like straight up. Like she'll tell you straight like that. You look like a bum. What are you doing? Of course my dad was always there, but my mom showed a different grit. I feel like that's where I get my toughness from. Even though, because my dad is real laid back, but he turns up when he have to be.
Yeah.
But most of the time it was my mom. So of course she's from the Caribbean. So if you have a Caribbean parent,
blood.
Yeah, so it's a little different. Like my mom, her love for us is so different. Like she'll stand up for you against anybody. Like she showed me that she could be a single mother if she had to be. Put it like that. Like she had 4 kids. It's me, my 2 other brothers and a sister, and I just always seen her grind. Like from day one. Like she showed me like, wow, you could be a single mother if you really wanted to because of how hard she worked. Like since I was born, she said on the coldest day, and it was freezing outside. She said the doctors told her not to leave. but she said she wanted to go back to work. So she left the hospital. Yeah, she said she left the hospital when the doctors told her not to, and it was freezing outside, below temperature, something like that. Like she was really about it. Like we lived from since I was born to like maybe 9, 10 years old. We lived in Brooklyn before we moved to Long Island, and she told me this later on in life that she just wanted to grind so hard to get us out of that apartment so that we could live in a house to move to Long Island. So it was bigger than just she has to be a mother to us. She wanted to set us up for the future. So all that grinding, she wasn't home that much. My dad wasn't home. They was grinding for the future. And I thank my mom for that because think about it like this. If you grew up only knowing apartments, that's what you're gonna strive for when you're older. Like, I'm just get an apartment, I'm good. But they decided like we gonna grind so that we get a house. And now that set a different standard for me, where my first thing, I need a house.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? I'm not, you know what I'm saying? So I really thank my mom for her grind. Like that's one thing that I love about my mom. Her grind was just relentless,
No, I could definitely relate. I mean, from a child, my mom always had her own business. She's always been on.
Yep.
Oh, like my mom has never not worked. So even though things were said that promoted not working in the house, she never took that approach. She always
Five kids, right?
Yeah, it's me, two little brothers, one older sister and one little sister. Um, she didn't. She had us all. She pushed 5 kids out. That alone is.
Yeah. My mom pushed 4 out. Like
my mom's not big. My mom's like what, like 5.
Yeah.
5. You pushed 5 kids out.
Yeah.
But when I think about it, it's just she's always had an entrepreneur spirit, and I appreciate that because I have that same bug.
Yeah.
I have that. Have my own business, be able to make my own schedule, make as much money as I want. I have that instilled in me. And because she had that kind of drive, it allowed me to do other things in life. When I was doing acting and all of those things, it's me and her. And we traveled. And if let's say she was working at 9 to 5 or whatever the case may be, she wouldn't have been able to introduce me to that world. That world played such a pivotal part in my upbringing. I didn't realize until I became a man, obviously, because when I was doing it, it was cool. Like, I'm like, whatever, you know what I mean? But it's not till I became a man and I realized my perspective of things is drastically different because of my experience in that industry. So when I look at my mom, I'm like, even to this day, she have her own salon. She takes care of herself. She's very independent and courageous for the things that she's been through and got through to still be in the right frame of mind and still have her own business, a successful business at that. It's not some I hear it. No, she has consistency for 5 years now. She's a beautician, so like I said, for her to master her hands and be able to do hair and really make that a main source of income. That's impressive.
Yeah, and it's crazy. Like we say that we get a lot of our grind from mom because I see my mom go to work 4 a.m. Like she miss work, and I was the same way. Like I'm up early for work. I rarely call out, and it's amazing how much our mom influenced our life. And my mom was telling me just recently because I know this Mother's Day is she gonna feel it a lot because she lost her mom this past month. Right. So my grandma. So she was telling me, and this was crazy to me, because like a lot of people have beef with their mom. She was telling me like, because they wasn't always on the same page.
Her mom?
Yeah. Okay. They got into it a lot, but through her later years, my mom was taking care of her and stuff like that. But she told me, she was like, it's crazy. She's gone, but I don't barely remember all the bad times. She said all she can think about is the good.
Yeah.
I'm just like, wow. I'm like, wow. So it's like you beefing like with your mom. Is it even worth it? You know what I'm saying? Because she said like it's hard to think about all the bad. She said all she can think about is the good. She's like, mom's all on her mind like crazy. Like she think about the good times. Like she said, there's so much bad, but she can't even really. You know what I mean?
Maybe it could be because when you really forgive somebody,
Mm-hmm.
it's almost like the memories just get washed away.
Mm.
It really does. It really,
Yeah.
like, I'm talking about real forgiveness. I'm not talking about, oh, we good and you really feeling away. I'm talking about,
Yeah.
nah, I'm really good and it's okay. I
Mm-hmm.
don't have no ill will towards you. I don't think, because I mean, the truth of the matter is, like, where when you grow in age, you mature, your
Mm-hmm.
mind frame is different. The things that used to matter, they don't really matter in the retrospect of life.
Yeah.
So I think she probably had that intuition where it's like, even if she could try to remember the bad things,
Mm-hmm.
just not prevalent in her.
Yeah, it doesn't really mean that much anymore.
It doesn't mean anything. So it's like, it's just almost like it doesn't exist because it doesn't mean anything. So
Mm-hmm.
I guess those moments that you take for granted, it always it's a reminder, I guess, when you lose somebody, and
Mm-hmm.
that process, everybody has to go through the process. Me personally, I don't. I mean, I obviously view death differently than probably most people, but
Yeah.
when I think about you know being distant from somebody when they're alive, sometimes it feels like, when you're not in my everyday life, that you're not a part of my life. So you kind of get the feeling of death. It's very weird.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like they don't exist anymore, really.
Exactly. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a weird type of mentality on when it comes to having a relationship with people. So like with my mom, we had our issues or whatever the case may be. We weren't, close for a certain period of time. But what happened was I learned how to be, I guess I don't want to say independent, but I just
Yeah. In a sense, yeah.
like I felt the feeling of not having someone that is close
Yeah. Yeah.
overall, like my family in general, just close to me, with me all the time. So when we did rekindle our relationship, it just meant more because now I just appreciate it in a different way
Mm.
compared to somebody who, not saying that it's wrong or right, but I'm just saying compared to somebody who's always had a good relationship with their mom, or always
Yeah. It
their mom,
feels different. It's different.
it just feels different, and not in a bad way, in a good way, because it's like I appreciate more little things. One thing I will definitely say is that moms are probably the most reliable source of anything, anything,
Mm. Nah, that's a fact.
whether that's somebody to talk to, or yo, I need $1, or I need whatever.
Yeah.
I can definitely say that about my mom. My mom is probably the most trustworthy, kind-hearted, giving person that I've ever met. And I think that's where I get it from. The giving,
Mm.
like anybody who's close to me, they'll know I'm very quick to give. Like
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
with it. Like I love to give. That's like my thing. Quietly, and I'm not a loud person. I just like doing and just, what I mean? That's
Mm-hmm.
in you. Like you see who I am. I respect
Yep.
that. But my mom definitely has that energy and that type of spirit, and I definitely adopted that. I can honestly say.
Yeah, man. And like, how are you with gifts to your mom? Like, it's hard to give gifts because it's like when you're young, you've been giving cars, gifts, and then when you get older, it's like, what am I supposed to get my mom now? Like,
Bro, let me explain to you. First of all, my mom is bougie, okay? So anything designer, okay? Anything designer that
yeah,
I do. You understand?
for real.
My mom, but like I said too, my mom is like, she's young old, like if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah,
She's early 50s, which is in this generation is totally different than the 50s from the past.
yeah,
Like 50 now is, it's like young. It's like
yeah.
I feel like the new 35-ish.
Nah, that's a fact. That's a fact. That's
So
a fact.
so for my mom, it's like Gucci sandals, or some crazy glasses, or
yeah, yeah.
some Vans, or like give me some custom wheels, or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, they be doing too much. Be like, all right, my mom want money. I'm like, yo, ma, come on, like,
Mom just got to cop the new V. Like you
I
should.
know, like, nah, you good.
I mean, I would say meaningful gifts are probably more. They mean more, obviously, because they're meaningful. But
Yeah,
it's just sometimes it's hard to pick out gifts. I suck. Like I'm terrible at picking out gifts. I'd much rather you just tell me what you want.
Exactly.
And I'll I'll just get it, because if you're gonna leave it up to me to pick out your stuff, you're gonna have some sneakers. You're gonna have the new Jordans. Because that's not my but so let me ask you this. So when it came down to your mom and you seeing her going through the process of life, right? And you see her evolution as a woman. So I'm talking about when you could actually pick it up, like teenage years to now, whatever the case may be. What do you think is the driving force behind her change? Because I was very stern growing up, and now it's almost like she like a different person. You know what I mean?
Completely. And I think it's the fact that she wanted so much more for us that she felt like she had to be super strict to make sure we ended up in the right direction. Because a lot of times now she'll say to me, like, I'm just happy now y'all all out the house. Like, I can relax now. I don't have to worry no much because I feel like I did a good job. So, like, there's conversations that I have with my parents now that I didn't have back in the day. Like, I can open up about certain things now because it wasn't like a fear. Back then it was a fear. Now it's like, I can tell you anything. Like, there's no real boundaries. Like, I can have real serious conversations with you because I guess, especially in the Caribbean, like we talked about this before, like, it's like you have no say until you become a man.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like, now it's like they're not so stern. It's like, all right, I did my job. Now, all right, cool. Like, when my mom found out, like, they didn't know I had a bunch of tattoos, right?
Oh,
so,
huh? You got tattoos? I didn't know that.
You can't see him, but she knows now that I have a bunch of tattoos, right? And then she called me. She was like, "Well, I can't say nothing now. You're a man." I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, "I had them when I lived there, but I hid them from y'all because I already knew what it was." She was like, "Well, you lucky, because if I'd have found out, I'd have kicked you out." But it's like, now it's like, it ain't that serious.
Side note, I never understood that. Like, I don't do what you want, so you're gonna kick me out. I don't.
You know, it's that parent control thing. You know how that goes.
You think that you're gonna adopt that? Like, what if EJ come home tatted up, earrings? Yo, what's poppin', pops? Like, what you doing?
Nah, see that's a parenting podcast, but I ain't gonna go too deep on that. But I feel like the way I'm gonna raise him, I won't have to worry about that. I know everybody said that. Oh, yeah, you say that now, but
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, like the way I'm gonna raise him, certain things won't move him like that.
Yeah.
Like, for an example, I didn't have earrings. I didn't have tattoos.
Yeah.
I didn't see it in my family.
Yeah.
So when I saw it outside, I wanted it. My son's gonna see tattoos, braids, like regular swag. He ain't gonna fiend for swag. He's gonna be interested in other things.
So you don't think he gonna want tattoos?
I don't think so. Because he's gonna be like, because think about it. He's gonna be like, I don't want to look like my pops. My pops got tattoos. Like, every kid tries not to be like their father.
I feel you on that.
I mean, it might be just regular to him. Like, because think about it. A kid that's never seen that's like, oh, shoot, you tatted up. That joint fire. Yeah. But if you see on the regular, it's like, oh, like, there's certain girls that when they see this, we always go back. There's gonna be girls that see a dude tatted up, they think that's sexy. They're like, oh, he got tattoos. He's a bad boy. Like, my daughter's gonna see tattoos. I'm like, okay. Like, my dad has tattoos. Okay, it's not. You know what I mean, like, okay, what you trying? Like, what is that?
So then let me see. Do you think your mom, does she have a part in the way you chose your wife? I'm dropping these gems out here, my mom. Hey, baby.
Funny thing, I was thinking about that too, and I think because one thing I realized, I'm not attracted to weak women.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
What's weak? What do you consider weak?
Women that can't stand up for themselves, women that don't say what they're feeling, um, women that don't take no bull from nobody, that can stand up for themselves. I saw my mom was a strong woman, so, and I think that kind of, I had to build an empathy because I grew up with my sister strong and my mom strong, and on my mom's side, all the women are strong. So all I saw was strong women. So when I came across a weak woman, it was like, the heck, like, but you let that happen? Like, what's up with you? But then I had to realize, like, not everybody's brought up the way you brought up. So when I met my wife, it was like, oh wow, she hold her own. Like, I'm attracted to you. Like, you hold your own. Like, you do your own thing. You're not really worried about what anybody says. Like, my mom always like she don't care. She like, I don't care what nobody think about me. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. And I feel like in that sense, it had a little effect of me choosing my wife. I didn't think about that until probably literally I thought about that last week. I was like, my mom's strong. Kayla's strong too. I was like, maybe that has something to do with why I chose her.
Personality.
Yeah. But they're so different, but is I guess that mindset.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's the principle of just having the ability to be confident.
And
right?
say what you want.
Yeah, and just being confident enough to express yourself and have open dialogue and not be fearful, that type of thing. Because I mean, there are women who are strong just like that, but they like, I consider my mom a strong woman, right? But my mom, growing up, she wasn't outspoken. She wasn't, she wasn't demanding that type of thing. But it was like her and my pops played the good cop, bad cop type role. So she was a good cop, So, but
did that happen with your wife?
Huh?
Did that have a correlation with choosing your wife?
Well, this is like the catch-22 too, because it's like when I looked at my mom like that when I was younger, I wanted her to be more vocal, right? I wanted that for her. Like, listen, don't let this happen. Don't let such and such. I was very adamant, and that's been from a child. I've been adamant about people, vocalizing themselves and standing up for them. But there is a sense of strength in silence too. I feel like there's a sense of calmness and the ability to be, not lash out, not just speak just because, or I'm woman, hear me roar. Being very thoughtful about what you're gonna say when you're gonna say it. I feel like that takes this type of strength too. Like it's different types of strength. I'm just saying from that perspective. So when I see my wife or I met my wife, their personalities are very similar in the sense of they don't want to attack you, right?
Yeah.
They take a beating before they give one, right? So with me identifying that early, it allowed me to look at my mom's situation, her marriage, and realize, like, how did I want her to be treated in her marriage? I didn't. How did I want her to be treated as a woman who wasn't so, and was very comfortable with being quiet and that type of mentality. And what it did was it allowed me to take on my marriage with a sense of understanding of who I'm with and what's going to be needed to get the best version of her out, and through me supporting her. So, but my mom, obviously, she didn't have that. So her silence was looked at as weakness as a child, when it was more so I just wanted her to stick up for herself. Like I was the protective one in like, nah, you shouldn't take that, or don't this, don't that. I was that one, but she wasn't like that. She was more of, I'm gonna keep it, whatever I gotta deal with, I'll deal with it quietly, and you guys will never know if I'm hurt, that type of thing. And to me, that takes a certain amount of strength too, to be able to endure that type of lifestyle for such a long amount of time. But I definitely think that played a part in obviously my wife and my marriage, because I'm very conscious of my wife's feelings, although I am very direct about her feelings. Like, I'll go right to the feeling. I won't I'll go, look, you're upset. What are you upset about? Say what you need to say. Oh, I'm okay. No, you're not okay, because I'm watching your actions. So tell me what you're upset about. Compared to, say, my mom, when she never had that ability to express that. Right. So when I see, like I said, when I think of women and strength and mothers, I mean, women, I think Caribbean women, they're very outspoken.
Oh yeah.
They're very outspoken.
Yeah.
And like I said, I don't know exactly where it stems from, and I don't even think it's a bad thing. I mean,
yeah,
I think it's a good thing. I think everybody should be able to communicate themselves.
Yeah.
I just always wondered, from, you look at the current society of like the Me Too movement and women empowerment and equal opportunity. I just always wondered, if are women speaking out because they were silenced for so long, right? Or is it just oh, this is the new in thing, right? Like, is this just this is what we do now? It's the Me Too movement. We want to be that type of thing. So I always question that. I watch.
That's a good one. You know what the funny thing is? I think I have a little thought process of why. And once again, we always got to go back to the men.
Right.
And I feel like because of a lot of men been so absent, they feel like they have no choice but to be that. You know, in a society where a lot of men aren't there for the children, aren't in the home, they have to take that role now. So a lot of mothers are stepping into, I have to voice everything. I have to be the authority. So it's like they're taking on everything. So it's like single mothers have to do all of that. Like, when I see a single mother, it's like, bruh, like, before I didn't really understand it because I didn't have a wife and kid.
Yeah.
Wife and kids. But now that I have a wife and kids and I see a single mother like with 2, 3, 4 kids, it's like, how?
Word.
Like, how you doing that?
Yeah. No, that's
and like, my respect for women just went up when I see a single woman. It's like, dang, I feel for him in a sense. Like, dang, like, you gonna do that by yourself? Like, see my wife, her mom, having 2 kids, and my wife father left at 2 years old, and she raised a 1 and a 2-year-old, and it's like, dang, that's crazy. It's crazy to me. Like, you really doing that on your own? You got work, you got kids to feed, like, on one income. It's like, right.
It's definitely intense. I think a lot of times, and I say this often, that women get the worst of the end, the worst end of the stick of the male not being a man.
Yeah.
Because they'll have a crusty father who wasn't there, right? Who affected their confidence, which affected their mentality, which ultimately affected their decision making, right? And then they're gonna pick a boy who's claiming to be a man, and what is he gonna do? He gonna violate, he gonna lie, he gonna cheat, So it's just one of those kind of things where, like I said, it always goes back to the man. It does, but
always.
When we think about the women who do hold it down, and I have plenty of single mothers that are a part of the Genesis program, and I make sure I go above and beyond, out my way for real, to make sure finances for the program, that's not an option. And I tell them straight up, I have any problems with finances, any problems with whatever, contact me directly. Don't think that oh, I don't have the money for this, my child can't do. That doesn't exist in this culture. If you're a part of what I'm building, that doesn't exist. So it's just one of those things where I always look at moms and I'm like, it's so annoying that they're being moms and dads. It's
Real.
really
Real,
it comes down to. My mother-in-law, like, I mean, my mother is very strong, 2 kids, same situation as Kayla, like 2 kids, a divorce, but to see what she raised, meaning like my brother-in-law, my wife, to see what she raised, and like I said, her family is very close knit too.
Yeah.
Uncles and everything, but she was the one on the front line, and to see that, I have a very high level of respect for her for what she accomplished.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's like no questions.
Yeah.
And as far as my mom, like my mom, she doing everything herself now. You know, she's been on her
Yeah.
own for a while, and I watched her build herself up and become even more successful than what she was.
Yeah.
A lot of things I think moms they get that they just don't deserve, and it just comes from the lack of men upholding laws in society. And I'm not talking about like selling drugs stuff, even though that plays a part. I'm talking about getting in these marriages
Yeah.
and violating the laws of marriage, and
Mm.
not empowering your woman to become more than she could even imagine, right?
Yeah.
So for me, when I went back to school, I'm like, all right, I'm going back to school. Looked at Marielle like, man, you said you always want to go back to school too. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was always having the confidence in them when they don't have it in themselves.
Yeah.
I think a
Yeah.
good man, even if it's not per se your boyfriend or husband or whatever, but if
Uh-huh.
you come across a quality man as a woman, he's gonna leave something positive in your mind, whether it's a how you
Mm.
doing, or oh, you're right today, or whatever it is. Not in a flirting manner, but
Yeah.
in a
Yeah.
manner where it's like oh shoot, he's a little different. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. You'll know. You'll know.
no. And I think women, because it's such a brunt and a burden on them to be mom, dad, provider, protector,
Mm.
then you know they always have their own. They have their own insecurities where it's like I don't want to be alone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to just bring anybody around my child.
Yeah.
Type of
Yeah.
thing. It's like, you know, it's rough, man. It's rough. It's definitely a challenge in society. And like I said,
Yeah.
me personally, obviously, I have 2 kids. Cam's my oldest, but he's from a past relationship, and then
Mm-hmm.
my youngest, you know, Christian. But with Cam, it's even more so. I never wanted the burden to be on his mother to be mom and dad.
Mm.
We might not be together, but he knows
Yeah.
my pops. That's we. You know what I'm saying? That's enough.
Yeah.
That's what it,
Yeah.
you know. And I think a lot of guys need to start looking at it like it's not about you and the mom once it's over. It's about go be the father, so that way she can still have her rightful place as his mother. You can give the child a healthy upbringing.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's the great thing that me and you on this, because you can speak from that. Because a lot of people might hear us say like, yeah, you gotta marry the woman, you gotta be in the life of the child, but they like, nah, but you don't know what it's like having a baby moms. You
Oh,
have a baby mom.
word.
So you can speak directly to it, like, yeah, you handling your business. So
Yeah,
you can tell people, nah, there is no excuse.
no, not at all.
I'm in that situation. Because people might think like we both married. We had like I'm married, all my kids with my wife.
Mhm.
And they probably thinking like, yeah, you too. So, but no, you're in that situation right now as we speak, and you're still talking the same language as me in a complete family.
Yeah.
So there is no excuse to I got a baby moms and then I got my girl.
Hmm.
You're literally living it.
Yeah. I think dudes that, and I don't even like the term like baby moms. I call
Yeah, yeah,
it
yeah,
child mother.
yeah.
Call it you got to remember at the end of the day, my son is gonna look at his mom like a queen,
Mm-hmm.
regardless of how I feel. Like I'm not gonna alter his mind frame. I'm gonna allow him to have the relationship he's supposed to have with his mom. Because I said this a long time ago, and it was, you know, when I was going through the custody battle and everything. But I just said to myself, I said, I couldn't deal with him having mother issues.
Mm.
I wouldn't know how to deal with that. I wouldn't know how to, love. I'm not gonna say love. Obviously, I can love him through it, but I wouldn't be able to explain like, hey, your mom's not there for you, or your mom doesn't love you. I don't know how to explain it to him. I don't want him to have a bad relationship with his mom. And I think a lot of times people think that, it's a back and forth thing. And it's like, nah, it's about the child. And Mother's Day is special because he has a good relationship with his mom. And I promote that. I don't throw no shade over there. Mother's Day, yo, what time you want to pick him up? Let me know when you're done. Like, there's no, oh, you gotta have him here by the nah.
Yeah.
Hey, but it just comes from having a very high level of respect for women. And what happens is, I think when you start to follow certain principles and laws, it just, people benefit from them, right? So the best way to put it is like, my relationship with my son, oftentimes, his mom will benefit a certain way from it. So for Mother's Day, like, we could easily both give each other a hard time.
Yeah.
But because we both love him and we want the best for him, now it's like, okay, what time do you want to pick him up? Let him spend time with his mom. Let him enjoy the time. Benefiting from my relationship, and it's vice versa, obviously the same thing, but benefiting from having that healthy relationship with your child, understanding the importance of having a great relationship with your mom. I hate to say it, but I don't want to say that women are more important than men, because I don't think it's accurate, right? But I've seen more single mothers raise successful kids than single fathers.
Yeah.
And it's not a knock. It's not a knock against men. It's just truth. A lot of men are even scared to take on that burden.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like women are built for it. Like, they different. They different. They built for it.
Women
I cannot be a single father with 4 kids, bro.
One kid, bro. I can't raise one kid by myself,
bro. When Kayla leaves me both kids, it's like, all right, let me make sure I got everything together. All right, you nap time this time with the eating. All right, boom, got it. Bag. All right, they going where? All right, got them. Like, they know it. They don't even got to think about it. They just go.
Yeah, and think about it, and that's a testimony to how good of a mom she is, that she trains them right. Like, Marielle will be studying, Christian will be sleeping, Cam will be at the table doing his homework, and then on top of that, dinner will be cooking. I'm like, come on, like, yo, you got somebody else here living here with you, or are you doing this?
Man, Mother Day, my wife, man. You might as well get into our wives as mothers, man.
Talk about it.
Seeing her go through 2 C-sections, bruh, 48-hour labor.
Yeah, she was about that life.
both kids. The second, my daughter, she was pushing for 3 hours, bro, before they went to C-section. Like, my level of course I have respect for her, but the way I look at her after that is like, wow, just the strength you have is like, is uncomparable. Like, you showed me something that I didn't even know you had to deal with that, because any woman that knows, after a C-section, you ain't just right up on your feet. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot. Like, to the point where it was so much on me, I don't even want to see her go through that again. Like, just watching the pain and the struggle of having those C-sections, having scarred, having issues with the doctors, and it's like, I don't even want to see her go through that. And we're coming to a place where we're coming to an agreement where we've been talking about it, and we realize, like, it's tough having a baby, with her body and things like that. But we still look at it as a blessing that she was able to have a boy and a girl.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? We had so much complications that it's like, maybe this is what all God had for us. Like,
we don't know.
We don't know, because there's some people that can't have kids at all. Like people, like it was serious. Like I almost lost my wife, bro.
Yeah, I remember, bro. That joint was.
Like people don't understand. Like this is real. Like this is real life. This is real life. I almost became a single father.
Word, I was almost on my way to North Carolina.
Yeah, bro. Like
Hey.
it was serious. Like, but long story short, the second C-section, first C-section, she bled a lot, and that's when the doctor was like, "Yeah, you
Both of
know,
them from North Carolina too. That's another thing that plays a part. Not being
yeah,
in New York compared to other states. You know.
exactly. No real family around. And then first one, she had to get some blood, lost a lot of blood. First baby, okay. I'm not too. This is just. I'm like, okay, this is how it goes. So then the second baby, we had baby right back to back.
I was bugging, boy, within the same year.
Yeah, like we have a 1 and a 2-year-old right now. So my daughter, she's like, yo, I'm like, after the first baby, she's determined, like, now I'm pushing this baby out. Mm-hmm. I'm like, yo, did you see what happened the first time? You had to get a C-section, like you 48-hour labor, like you still, that's what I'm saying. Women is different. I go through that once, it's over. It's quiet.
Daddy, it's over, man.
It's quiet. Second baby, she like, nah, I really want to try to push this time. Still in labor, same amount of time, pushing for 3 hours. She can't go no more than like, yeah, we gotta do C-section. Go to get C-section. While they're doing the C-section, they clip the artery. Bruh. We didn't even know at first.
That's crazy.
So I'm in the room, they cut the babies out, and I'm like, they're taking longer than normal. Then the person came up to me, it was like, yeah, you want to leave the room for a second? Because I'm holding the baby doing skin to skin. They're like, yeah, you want to leave the room for a second? I'm like, nah, I'm good. Okay. And I'm noticing, like, it don't look normal. Like, I just see mad rags of blood. They just moving out, rushing in, blah, blah. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? So me, I start praying, like, yo, this is normal, God, whatever's going on. And then after the fact, we go back into the room. They tell us she lost 3 liters of blood, 3/4 of her blood in her body of the C-section. Like, what? It's like, yeah, we had to close it up. I'm like, bruh. Like, at that moment, I was like, man. Like, I just started thinking, like, yo, what if, like, I lost my wife and I have this newborn baby? Like, and then I started thinking, like, yo, there's women that go into this knowing that they're going to be a single mother. And I'm like, yo, this is crazy. This is crazy. So, like, complications, even later on, there were complications. Well, she's finally, thank God, she's 100% now. Mm-hmm. But going through that showed me, like, what women go through, like, on another level. Like, I can't see myself going through that.
I'm not going through that. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. No, I'm not.
Like, if I can't.
That's it. You just not have no kids, my friend.
Yeah, like that's why I've been real. Like, and she still would be willing to go through that. Like, just the other day, she's like, "Yeah, I think maybe you're right. Maybe we need to chill out on kids for a while." I was like, "Yeah, man. Like, and I tell her it might sound crazy. I tell her, yo, I'd rather have you than more kids. Like, I had to pick between another kid. Because we original plan, we wanted 4 kids. So that's why we was going in like that. But
y'all didn't give her no body, no time to break, bro. We
was trying to have them back to back. Like, we was just going. I mean, newlyweds. We trying to,
Nobody.
We try to pop them out. I mean, but yeah, just looking at her, she's a great mother, man. Like, the way she take care of those kids, man. The way she just love on them. She working, she'll set up alphabet. She took paper, bought a laminated machine, laminated stuff. Like, I'm not doing all that. Like, I'm not gonna do all that. She got matching things. While she working, she'll set them up over here. I'm like, man, like, I really got a good woman. Like, she's a great mother, a great wife. It takes a lot to do that. Like, it's not easy. Like, she makes it look easy. That's why it's hard for me to be upset with her when it comes to certain things, because it's like, yo, I know you do a lot. Like, I know you. I appreciate you for real, because, like, you went through a lot, and you showed me a different level of love and commitment that you have for the family.
Fact.
And I really appreciate that, man.
That's a fact. One thing I always think about is when God created man, right? It was like he got the dust and the dirt.
Mm-hmm.
Like, ha, man. His breath.
Yep.
Man, right? But when he created the woman, it was like, woman. Mm-hmm. Like he created them. You understand what I'm saying?
That's a fact. That's a fact.
He formed them. You know, he took them out of the man's body. He really, I feel like he took home. I'm not saying guys ain't lit. You know what I mean? We good money, but women, you could tell he designed them specifically with things that men just don't have. Like they have a womb, man.
Yeah. Yep.
But they have a womb. They have hips. They're shaped different. Their bodies, their intuition, things that are taken for granted, realistically. You know. So when I see moms and just women in general, I get why we're supposed to, even if they don't conduct themselves with the level of respect or self-worth or integrity that they should, right? It only takes a good man to show them through, even if it's a normal conversation, like, yo, you don't got to do that. You know what I mean? Because if you knew as a woman that God literally created me with things that are not meant to be used for, I don't want to say evil, but are meant to be used for creation, right? You guys are literally the portal between life and death of a child. Like you are the living portal for the birth of a child. Even science, it gets to a certain point with science where between the child being born and them coming out of the vagina, that type of that transition, that the doctors, science, they cannot explain. Like that transition from the head going and the baby being born, literally science cannot explain that. I feel like God left that out for a reason, just to show like, no, this is my creation. Yeah. Specifically my creation. I made them specifically designed beautifully, perfectly for my purpose. And it's just one of those things where I can't help but to look at women with such a high regard. And I think that's why I get so disappointed when I see men not holding up their end of the bargain.
Yeah.
And when it comes to women and their abilities, they just have this natural instinct in them where when you find your match, your niche, and you guys become one, they form that empty void that you need as a man to accomplish what it is God intended for you to do, right? And I feel like it's up to, once that happens, right, it's up to the man to look at his wife like, I know who you are, even if you don't know who you are. So I'm going to speak to you based off of what I know you can be. And not so much of, oh, you just my wife, or like when they say the woman isn't, they try to make it sound like the man and the woman isn't equal. No, they're equal. Yeah. That if for example, if I'm married and my wife's about to get hit by a car, I'm gonna take the hit. So it'll put me in front, right? If I see my wife about to get hit by a car, I'm jumping in front. Exactly. I'm gonna take the hit. So that's all it is. It's not that we're unequal, right? It's that I'm gonna bear the burden of the world to protect her. It doesn't make her any less equal. It's just that she's right here with me. Exactly. Next to me, but I'm the protector. You understand? And I just hate that society just tries to like
belittle women.
Belittle that type of thing where it's like, yo, first of all, women can do pretty much anything and things better than men. If you really want to be technical, if you really, if you really want to get technical. I mean,
Yeah.
so it's definitely one of those things where if there were more men that empowered women, right, and understood their value, you
Mm-hmm.
definitely see more marriages. You would see less Instagram craziness.
Mm-hmm.
You see less girls in the videos. You know, the standards would be so much higher because they would understand like I'm not doing that's way below me. Like
Exactly.
that's below me. Like what you doing with your life? You don't got nothing going? Oh, that's below me. Oh, you not ready for marriage? Oh, that's below me.
Exactly.
You're not living up to my expectations. Oh, all right, you good. But a lot of times I see it too often that women just
Yeah. Yeah.
settle, and it sucks because it's at the end of the day, it's law and order. So if you settle, that means there are gonna be things that come along with it,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
So it's definitely one of those things where I hope that women understand their worth, and
Their worth. Period.
take
Period.
great pride in empowering my wife.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you something. There's nothing more attractive, right, than when I'm talking to my wife and I'm instilling things in her subconsciously. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm always trying to elevate my own mind. So when I'm getting things, the jewels, I'm just hitting. I just be talking just general conversation with, right? And then one day she'll start talking to me and she'll say back what I
Yeah.
told her. And I won't say it
Yeah. It'd be like,
because the thing about it is like first of all, obviously my wife, she's like a guy. Like like she's really
it's a
like,
fact.
I'm not gonna front. Like if that's
She the
really
homie for real.
like that's really my homie. People see us, people that really know us, they'll look at it like, yo, y'all marriage is dope. And I'm like, it's only dope because she's really my friend.
Mm-hmm.
She's really my friend. Like we're married, yes. We're business partners, yes. We're also life partners, yes. But she's really my friend.
Yeah.
Like I care about her like a friend
Mm-hmm.
and I love her, but obviously more like our connection is very magnetic because we're friends. I can
Mm-hmm.
I can joke with her. Like I have a rough sense of humor, so
Yeah.
you gotta be a certain type of woman to handle my sense of humor.
Mm-hmm.
And when I look at her, I'm just like, I appreciate, and I told her, I said, I appreciate the fact that you are genuine in your mentality, right?
Mm.
You get certain things, and you've always got them, but me studying you, it's up to me now to find out where you struggle and be that empowerment to help you move past those things you're struggling with. So if you
Mm-hmm.
if you don't think you could go to school, nah, we're going to school. If you don't think that you could go work out, all right, we go work out together. If you struggling with, oh, you don't think I don't look good today, nah, you look good every day. So don't even
Yeah.
like that type of support system. And I think they always want to make it seem like women are a man's support system. Nah,
Yeah.
each other's support system.
Exactly. Exactly.
And I just I think same thing when it comes to parenting.
Yeah.
It all plays a part, and it's just I always look at parents and families because that's what it is. Mothers, they say
Mm-hmm.
mothers are like the foundations of the family. That's a lot of people say that.
Yeah.
I'm like, I wish there was a day where mothers didn't have to be the foundation anymore. I wish there was a day where mothers could just simply be what God intended them, beautiful creatures that didn't have to worry about being mom and dad. They would just worry
Mm.
about being mom, and I think it will go so much further
Mm.
in society and creating that family culture that we both obviously want.
Yeah, man. 'Cause just seeing women having to do all these things by themselves is just like it's not even fair to them.
No, it's not. It's really
It's
not.
not fair. Like it took both of y'all to create this child, and
Facts.
now the man's not there.
Yeah.
Like you're already starting off on the wrong foot as a child. Like you didn't act a child never acts to be here.
Word.
Never.
Never.
So when the father's not there and The parents aren't working. Like, think about the child, man. That's why, like, when you see a lot of kids that go to the league that just had a mom,
Yeah.
it's like, dang, like you just had a mom and you made it to the league. Like, that's crazy. Like, really think about that. You made it to the league and you just had your mom. You didn't even have your dad. And then, like, it's worse when the dad try to come into life. It's like, what type of man are you? Like, I could never, like, what kind of man are you, bro? Like, how can you now decide, like, yo, my kid made it, so now I'm gonna come into kid's life? Where does that come from?
It comes from that cash, boy. I need a part of that bag, my guy.
That bag.
Can I get a Bentley though?
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy, man. That's why I was like, women, they got a different level. Like for you to be a single mom, man, especially in this world where you have to work, you have to figure it out. And it's like, dang, man, I wish I didn't have to go through that.
That's a fact, man. I think Mother's Day is always it's always more touching during Mother's Day. And I mean, I think this year is gonna be different for Father's Day just because of what we're doing. And I think we have the same momentum, but it's you look at mothers, it's just at the end of the day, they are the gateway to life. Right? They put their bodies on the line to give birth. Birth is not easy, you know, and they're willing to pay a price. They're willing to. The best way to put it is like Jesus sacrificed his life for us, right? And mothers do that to the T.
Yeah.
They give birth. I put my life on the line so that you can be alive.
Yeah, man.
Like, put it like this. There is no me or you or anybody watching or anything without a mother that said it's worth it. You're worth having.
Yeah.
Like when the sperm and the egg came together, I committed to you're worth having. You know that.
Yeah, and I feel like me seeing my wife have kids made me look at my mom even different.
Yeah.
It's like
parent too. Right.
You my mom. Like, you created me. Like, I can't stay mad at you. Like, man, I can't stay mad at you. Like, I get it. Like, I'm your baby. Like, at the end of the day, no matter how old I am, I'm your baby. Right. Like, I came out of you. Like, I get it. So, like, it's hard for me to, like, all right, whatever, man. All right, man. All right.
On another note, though, moms do be mad annoying. Keep it a buck.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Be annoying.
That's a fact. They do. So
you know what else annoys me? You want to know what else? My wife thinks she know everything about raising the kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know what I'm doing too. Like,
that's what I'm saying. I be trying to tell, like, I got it. Yo, leave them alone. Like, yo, one thing I don't like.
Here you go. Look at that truth. Like, lovey-dovey took, he's dead. It was cute while it lasted. Anyway,
like, yo, if they crying over there, leave them.
Let them cry. Let them cry.
It'd be all right. Leave them. It'd be all right. I had to get her over that. She be doing a little bit, but earlier today, we was upstairs. Aaliyah was crying downstairs at the table. I'm like, yo, she's just being annoying. She's just tired and she want to go lay down. She's like, well, go get her. I'm like, yo, leave her. She'll be all right. Next thing you know, she was chilling.
So Christian, he cries every day about everything. Mine, cookie, no.
Yeah.
Like, yo, bro, do me a favor.
The same thing.
I say this all the time. I love putting them on like little baby punishment. They go sit on the couch.
Yeah.
She's like, don't do that to my baby. Don't. I'm like, bro, come on.
Yeah, that's that mother. And one thing about mothers, they know different cries.
Yo, the crying identification package. The crying identification package is so true. They know it.
OD. They know. Like, oh no, go check on them. Bro, my kids broke TV this weekend. 55-inch TV.
Who did it? EJ?
I think it was Leah. I think she pulled it off the counter or something. I don't know how. But I came downstairs. No, first Kayla was like, "Oh gosh, what did it do?" She ran downstairs. TV on the floor, screen cracked. I'm like, wow. And the crazy thing is, let me tell you how I think as a father. I'm like, I'm not even mad at broke. I'm just tight and fall on none of them. I'm dead serious. And she's like, what? I'm like, no, I'm mad at them fall on none of them so they can learn their lesson.
God, I feel you though.
Real talk. I was like, they're just looking at it like, I don't know. It's broke. I'm like, I'm like, yo, real talk. Not to the point where they get hurt and stuff like that.
Little bruise, little baby
look what you did. You know what I mean? But that's just me. That's what I'm saying. That's the difference between the mother. The mother's like, I want them to get hurt. Like, I wish your teeth fell on them. The flat screen is light. They can pick it up.
A little bump or bruise never hurts.
You know what I mean? Just so that they know, like, look what you did. Now, if we get another one, they might try again.
Exactly. That's a fact. They definitely will. So what's another thing that annoys you about moms? I got one. Since we talk about annoying moms, it annoys me. It annoys me with my mom when I tell Christian, like, no, you can't do it. She's like, oh, come to grandma. Don't worry. Yo, I just said.
Yo, my mom was so mean to us, but to her grandkids,
oh, they get whatever.
They get whatever they want. Yeah, I yelled at Eli one time. She's like, don't talk to him like that. I'm like, you used to beat us. You used to wash us up. I can't yell at him. I pinched him one time. She's like, why you do that? He was really tight. I'm like, Ma, you serious? There's no way you serious right now. I'm like, you used to wash us up. She's like, no, don't do that to her grand. I'm like, wow. I'm like, wow.
My mom was always cool though. My mom was always cool. But now she just be old Dan, you know. And if I could say one thing that annoys me about my wife being a mom, she just her babying techniques are it's like if Christian is mean to her, right? She'll act like she's crying, and then he'll come to her, and then she'll pick him up. I'm like, yo, bro, listen. Like, let the boy be a boy.
Oh my God.
He's not allowed to be mean to her. You know, that type of thing. Like, there's no such thing as no, mommy, or oh, can I have a kiss? No. It's like, oh, and then he goes, mommy, you okay?
Oh my God.
Let him be, you know, but I mean, I love moms, but
man.
I love the women's species, but y'all are annoying too.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Definitely give us headaches. Shouts out to that.
That's a fact.
Get that. But
that's a fact.
I definitely hope everybody enjoys their Mother's Day.
Yeah, happy Mother's Day, man. All the mothers out there, single mothers, all types of mothers. You have 1 kid, 4 kids. If you adopted a kid, you're still a mother. If you can't have a kid, you're still a mother. You know what I'm saying?
Mothers are more than needed, right? And they're definitely they definitely will always have a place in all of our minds and hearts.
Yep.
Because the sacrifice that y'all paid to be here, there's no money, there's no amount of thanks, there's no amount of anything that we can do to show our gratitude. So I want you guys to enjoy your Mother's Day.
Yes,
you deserve it. And we will be back next week with some fresh topics.
Because we've been beating over your heads with growth for the past few weeks. We wanted to lighten up a little bit on y'all.
Yeah, we was trying hard though. I ain't gonna front because we want the best for everybody.
Honestly, we want the best, so we gotta keep beating it over your head. Growth. So don't take it personal.
It's never personal. It's always out of love. It's always out of love.
Everything's out of love, but for you to grow, it gotta hurt a little bit. So if we say something that you might find offensive, think about it. Like maybe it got something to it.
Yeah, that's me. I don't care if I say something that you got offensive. You just took offensive.
That's why it's the good cop, bad cop.
I'm saying you just took it offensive, and whether you like it or not, that's it. It's fine though. You feel me? But other than that, we'll see y'all next week.
We love y'all, moms.
Hey, man. Shouts out to all the moms out there. Later, y'all.
All right.
Run to the Jordan.